This is Belisi and Lenny again. We are talking about result clauses. Okay, we haven't had any syntax for quite a while. So this is about a kind of clause that's a dependent clause. We had purpose clauses and how to make them. If you remember, a purpose clause is a clause introduced by hinahos or hapos, and it governs a subjunctive verb or an optative verb, depending on whether the verb of the main sentence has an augment. If the main sentence has an augment, like it's an imperfect or a pluperfect or an aorist, then the verb in the purpose clause has to be an optative, otherwise it's a subjunctive. So that's what we learned, and a purpose clause gives the purpose or the intention that you have when you're doing something. We also learned that you can use participles, the features of participles, to do this. This is just an alternative way of doing it that's more succinct. So what we're going to learn today is about result clauses. And a result clause is a sentence of the type, I was so hungry that I could eat a bear. Okay? So what you're talking about in that I could eat a bear is the result of you being in a certain state. Okay? Or eat a horse. Okay? Let's do a horse. Okay? That's what's called, in Greek terms, I was so hungry that I could eat a horse, is a natural result clause, as unnatural as it sounds, because it didn't actually happen. Okay? When you say that, you're exaggerating, right? If an actual result clause, the syntax of which is different in ways that we'll explain in a moment, is of the type, they were so tired that they went to sleep at 9:30 p.m. rather. They went to sleep early, okay? They were so tired that they went to sleep early. Here you're talking about a factual situation. And it has to be in the past, right? It's not an anticipation. It's a real thing. So it's real in grammatical terms means what? It means that it's indicative, okay? So we want to talk about the result clauses, both of them, whether they're natural or actual, okay? Oops.
Sorry, that's my...
Okay. Both of them, whether they're actual or natural, are introduced by a special word which isn't used for anything else, namely hoste. It's a combination of the conjunction hos with the particle te into one word. So that means so that, okay? Not the purpose so that, but the result so that. He was so tired that he went to sleep at 9 a.m. Okay, or 9 p.m. All right. So when it's an actual result, all you do is you put the verb in the result clause in the indicative. Okay. Because you're talking about a fact, okay,
right.
Thing that actually happened. And that's what the indicative is. Remember, we talked about this. After every verb in the indicative, you can put in parentheses, this is true. Okay? So the indicative is a way of talking about things that are real or true. What happens when you want to say, I was so hungry that I could eat a horse or a bear? Okay? Well, from a Greek point of view, that's not reality. That's faking. Okay? And what you do is not indicative, but the opposite of the indicative, which once again is the infinitive. Okay? So what if you want to say, Bill was so angry that his parents shut him up in the nut house? Okay? Whatever. All right? So you, or wanted to shut him up in the nut house. Let's talk about a natural one. Okay? Bill was so angry all the time that his parents wanted to shut him up in a nut house. Okay? And they didn't actually do that, is what you mean. Okay? Well, then you're going to use shut up in a nut house and make that into an infinitive, and you're going to put his parents in what case?
Accusative.
Right, because the verb is an infinitive, right? And the subject of an infinitive has to be the accusative case, okay? So we really have two contrasts, okay? The actual result has a subject in the nominative case, if it's actually expressed, and a finite verb, okay? That's an indicative. And the natural result has a subject in the accusative case, if there is one, and an infinitive, not an indicative, okay? So that's the way it works. You're going to learn in this lesson verbs for, or the adverb for so and stuff like that, or maybe not, but you've already had it. That's hutos, okay, because it's useful for He was so hungry. Okay, that kind of sentence. All right, you're going to get a bunch of those.